Hello, everybody. Ignatius L. Jackson, CPA here. So today we are talking about Roth conversions. Roth conversions are awesome. It's a way to strategize for the future. Okay, it may not save you on taxes today, but it will save you on taxes in the future. We're going to talk through some key things to think about and consider. So stay tuned. We're going to be right back in a second. All right, everybody, we're back. So Roth conversions is the topic for today. All right, so today we're talking about Roth conversions. The main thing that we want to consider about Roth conversions is, does it make sense to do them? Okay, I'm a firm believer in Roth accounts. If you haven't heard me talk on my station or YouTube channel before, I'm always talking about Roth accounts. I love Roth accounts. They're awesome. They're one of the best ways to save for retirement and for your future and your kids' futures. And so, huge planning opportunity to do that, right? So, as we approach the end of the year, this is your last chance to do a Roth conversion for 2025 tax year. So, for example, let's say you had a bad year. Market's not necessarily doing all that great for everyone. So, if you had a bad year income wise, and you have a bunch of traditional IRAs or pre-tax 401ks that are pre-tax money that you have in your retirement accounts, you can take this opportunity to convert that to a Roth, whether it's a Roth 401k or a Roth IRA, and now you have after-tax money in that account. Okay. The great thing is, if you have a lower income year, it's not that big of a tax hit. Let's say you're in the 20% bracket, you might pay 20% in taxes, or if you're in the 12% bracket, you might pay 12% in taxes. So 24% bracket, same thing. So sometimes it's not about what you're paying today, though. It's about what you could avoid paying in the future. So here's the thing about Roth accounts. If you have a bunch of money sitting in a pre-tax account, when you hit retirement and start pulling it out, you have to pay taxes on that. Okay. So let's say you have $1 million in there. That $1 million will not last you as long as someone who has $1 million of Roth dollars in there, because they don't have to pay taxes on it, right? So they have to pull out less money each year to get the same cost of living or lifestyle, whatever you want to call it, right? During that retirement phase than you do with a pre-tax account. So it's a great opportunity if you have a bunch of money sitting in those accounts to convert it to Roth and get it into that situation. Okay. So how do you do it? Basically, you just call up whoever's the custodian of your funds, okay, and say, hey, I want to move the money from my pre-tax or my traditional IRA over to my Roth IRA or my Roth 401k, okay? And you can do this for 401k. You have the option, generally speaking, as long as your 401k allows it, to go to either the Roth 401k or the Roth IRA. Okay, some 401k plans don't allow it, but sometimes you can go from Roth 401k or pre-tax 401k to a Roth IRA all in one shot. All right, you could also just leave it in the 401k and just move it to the Roth 401k. So there's two options for 401k account holders. Okay, if you have a traditional IRA, you generally are just going to go to a Roth IRA. Usually wouldn't move it over to a 401k and then convert it to Roth, but you could if you wanted to, technically. Okay, so yeah, so that's a little bit about the Roth conversion. Now, if you're in a high bracket, this is the constant debate. If you're in a high bracket, all right, 37% bracket, it's the top bracket for the IRS tax code, right? For the US tax code, excuse me, not the IRS doesn't create the tax code, the US created the tax code. So if you're in that top bracket, should you do Roth conversions? I'm of the opinion sometimes yes, right? If you're a younger person and you have a long history of growth that's in front of you, doing a Roth conversion now while you're young gives you all those years of growth in that account to where you could have millions of dollars. Yes, I said millions of dollars. There's some people who do have millions of dollars in their Roth accounts that is all tax-free growth. Okay, it happens. It's possible. All right, it's not impossible. It certainly is possible. Does it require a little bit of work? Yes, it does. But you can certainly get it to that point where you have millions of dollars inside your Roth account. And if you do that, then now all of a sudden you have a huge stockpile that is there for your retirement as well as your kids' future if you decide to pass some of that along to them when you pass away. It's a great planning tool because they pay no taxes on that as long as you're below the estate tax exemption, right? There's no taxes that will ever be paid on the growth of that Roth account. You obviously pay taxes on the contributions that you put into it because it's after tax money. Okay, so great opportunity. Now, along the same lines of the Roth conversion, we're also going to talk about the backdoor Roth contribution. Okay, so you can also do a backdoor Roth contribution. Now, granted, this does not have to be done before 12/31. You have until April 15th to actually do this, but you can contribute to a traditional IRA and then convert it to the Roth IRA all within a week or two time frame. Typically, you get the whole thing done, and now you have money in the Roth account to convert. There's other things to consider before doing a backdoor Roth. We're not going to get into that during this video, but it's something I did want to at least bring up as something you can consider and think about. Okay, so yeah, that's really the tip for today. Roth conversions are awesome if they make sense for you. It's a personal choice, right? Some people just don't want to pay taxes now. I get that. If that's what you want to do, it's your call. If you would rather not have to pay taxes on a holistic view, right, over your lifetime, then doing that Roth conversion could make a lot of financial sense. So this has been the tip for today, or talk for today. Hope everybody enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends and family members because we need to get more followers. All right. Hope everybody has a good one. Peace.
This presentation is intended to be educational only and does not constitute a CPA or financial advisor-client relationship. It is always in your best interest to consult a competent legal financial advisor and/or tax professional when conducting your own personal transactions. Furthermore, it's important to do your own research when necessary to verify tax law when there's a lack of concrete guidance or gray areas of conversation.